for aggression against the Egyptians there. 21 victims in one attack.
It's not the first time, by the way. Maybe it's the first time to be taped this way, in this professional way, and with sending a message with blood, as they said in their video, and they threatening Rome.
Because Italy said that they want to move an army or a coalition in order to fight Daesh in Libya.
Yes.
So that's why
Exactly.
they
So
are
they are
sending a
replying.
message to Rome with all their aggression and bloody stance.
So again, actually, from the Egyptian side, Egypt need to declare some real clear basics for its strategy in combating terrorism.
Indeed.
And we should start applying it in cooperation with at least some Arab
Nations.
states who agree on it. And then later on, if some partners in the international community would like to join applying this strategy, so it's up to them.
Indeed.
But staying outside any allies against terrorism while you are confronting it on your ground,
it's not possible anymore.
Not possible anymore.
Indeed.
It used to be at some point, okay, we have our own point of view and you adopt a different point of view, so we are not going to join. I think it's time now, even if you are not joining the current ally, you need to have your own. Egypt needs to have an ally that's adopting the Egyptian strategy in combating terrorism.
Indeed. And we move to Al Ahram main banner and we read Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri in New York to tackle the crisis of those kidnapped in Libya. And we mean here the fishermen, the officials of the Foreign Ministry meet with the families of the kidnapped fishermen. Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri, and upon also the instructions of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, and he said that in his statement yesterday, that Shukri will be participating in the upcoming conference on terrorism, which will take place in the United States on the 18th of February, and he will be delivering Egypt's message to the UN concerning the situation of terrorism and, of course, the file of those who were killed and martyred in Libya.
Actually, he is also talking in another file. After those who have been slaughtered, there are other people other fishermen who are kidnapped.
Yes, and who knows what would be the...
Actually, they contacted people, and 2 days ago, the contacts stopped inside between them and the Egyptian, and they said that it's Libya's Dawn militias who caught them and moved them from one place to another so many times, and now they took them to Tripoli. What had been said, the information they convey, that there are some people telling them that they are going to be executed 1 week later, after 1 week. So you have another disaster looming. So those people need to return, and now it's not Daesh, yes, it's another part of Islamists who are allying together and working in coordination with each other. But this is important to tell the whole world. It cannot be working, to target some groups and have communications with others. What's happening in Libya is that the international community tried to force some kind of dialogue between different Islamist entities and the Libyan state and the new parliament. And when it failed, they started to slaughter people. In Syria, at some point, some groups inside Jabhat al-Nusra are more, or look more open to some Western countries, and they are more able to deal with the international and foreign communities. So it cannot happen that you are fighting Daesh and just communicating with Jabhat al-Nusra, or
Yes, indeed.
fighting Daesh in Libya and communicating with other branches and entities inside Libya.
And we move on to El Masri اليوم. And we read, Egypt warns the world the Libyan crisis is a threat to the international security. Conflicting news regarding the kidnapping, rather it was a piece of news about the slaughtering and the beheading of the 21 Egyptian workers in Libya, and also there are fishermen who are kidnapped, who are facing dangerous complications as well. And of course, the situation in Libya has to be dealt with by the whole international community, and not only Egypt, because it's very alarming. Not only what happened for the 21 Egyptians, and before that many Egyptians were also targeted by the terrorists in Libya, but how do you find the way out, the solution for the Libyan crisis, with the situation on the ground is deteriorating every single day?
Libya is, since after they revolted against the Gaddafi regime, and when it reached the level almost of a civil war, so the international community decided to intervene, and they did. And since then, supposedly, the Libyan situation actually should be the responsibility of the international community. The international community intervened in the beginning, saying that they are ending the war to start the process of building a new state in Libya. And what's happening until today is that they have supported the wrong entities and the wrong militias in Libya and helped them. So now partially they should or have to face those they have already supported before, because they have financed them, they have given them money and weapons, and now here it is, they are growing more and more stronger. And even before, it's also the same dispute between the different countries. So Egypt and Saudi Arabia are supporting some partners inside Libya, some Libyans, the state and the elected parliament, while Qatar and Turkey are supporting the militias.
Ms. Nafisa, the army also issued a statement concerning the early hours of today mission, which targeted some Daesh hideouts. Great Egyptian people, your armed forces at dawn on Monday, February 16, 2015, have carried out a concentrated airstrikes against the camps, gathering areas, training camps, and weapons and ammunition depot that belong to the Daesh terrorist group inside the Libyan territories. The airstrikes has achieved all its targets successfully, and Egypt's eagles have returned to their bases. That was the statement which was issued by our armed forces concerning their mission today at dawn for against the targets of the Daesh terrorist group, which targeted 21 of our Egyptians working in Libya. How do you see that statement in a brief statement, Ms. Nafisa, as we are running out of time, concerning our mission today, the mission of the armed forces against certain Daesh hideouts?
I think it's important to the Egyptian people to see that there is some move. You know, exactly like Jordan has responded to executing Al-Kasasfa. But to me, this is not a solution. It's not solving.
I believe it's kind of action and reaction and retaliation.
Saying that we can do something, yes, and we will not keep quiet. It's a message, you know, but the message needs a different kind of moving also later on. And it can never be Egypt. It has to be the international community who intervened once, and now they need to re-intervene once again, but in a different way, to set things down. And everyone have to understand and realize that it's not Libya separately from Syria, separately from
the threat
Mali.
is against all of us, and we have to unite to face these increasing threats.
All threats all over the world in a unified stance and strategy.
Indeed, Ms. Nafisa El Sabagh, the journalist and chief editor of Masriyat, thank you very much for being with us. And again, I would like to offer my deepest condolences for all Egyptians for this killing of the 21 Egyptian martyrs who died in Libya. And now we'll go to a short break, and after that we'll be back to resume the segments of the British.